Hi, I'm Bob Thompson. I'm a bartender in Queens right now. I work in Manhattan also. I have a TV show called Drinking with Bob.
Would you people wake up? What's next? What's next? What's next? You've already lost! You've already lost!
I don't know if there is a concept. I don't think I started with a concept. I think a lot of it just happened by accident.
The concept of the show is turn on the camera, one take, do it, and whatever comes out is you know, it's airable, we air it.
You want to speak out, you want someone to speak out, and then you find this show, and there's Bob screaming at the top of his lungs, telling you what's wrong with the world.
Would you people wake up? The mainstream media took away your right to choose. They took away your freedom of choice.
I usually go into the rants. I have the little part where I wear the NYPD shirt. It's like, be poor, join the NYPD, which everybody loves this.
And then there's usually a song in there somewhere, and usually a couple of bits that we come up with.
Knight Rider, 2008.
But care about you was always me. I was the star of the show.
I know, Michael. You were the star. You were the star.
I was the star.
You were the star.
Give me a light.
You don't smoke, Michael.
Don't tell me I don't smoke. Don't tell me I don't smoke.
It's gonna be a mess.
And the rants, which are the majority of the show. I mean, everybody who talks about the show, it's the rants. It's, I love the rants, I love the rants. I love the skits too, I love the songs too, but they love the rants.
What's next? I'll tell you what's next. The mainstream media thinks you're stupid. The mainstream media doesn't think you're smart enough to elect the next president of the United States. So they're doing everything in their power to make the decision for you. It's no secret that since day one, the mainstream media has wanted Barack Obama to be president. So what do? They only tell you the good stuff about Barack Obama. They tell you he's an agent of change. He's an agent of hope. That everything's going to be great if Barack Obama becomes president. They never tell you the bad things. They don't tell you how Barack Obama is tied to American terrorist William Ayers. They don't tell you how Barack Obama is tied to slumlord Tony Resco. They don't tell you how Barack Obama has given hundreds of thousands of dollars to Acorn, an organization who has been tied to voter fraud in this country for years. Why don't they give you all this information? Because your brain is too small to handle all this information and still make the right choice on who should be president. What's next? What's next? What's next?
I think that people really enjoy that, the catharsis that goes along with that, just watching someone mad as hell not taking it anymore.
Let's say you went to a restaurant and you asked the waiter, what are the specials? He goes, chicken and steak. You order steak. 10 minutes later, you find out lobster's on the special list. You call the waiter back over. Hey, how come you didn't tell me about the lobster? I didn't think you wanted the lobster. I didn't think you could afford the lobster. You think you chose what you're going to eat for dinner? You did on the information you had. But if you had more information, you might have chose something different. You might have chose the freaking lobster. What is it that you don't understand? The mainstream media has taken the right of choice, the freaking freedom to choose out of your freaking life. No matter who you vote for, no matter who wins, you've already lost. You've already lost.
I'm a middle-class guy. My father was a cop. My mother worked in a grocery store. My brother's a fireman. My other brother's a plumber. My best friend's a cop. I mean, that's all I know.
His dad sort of like inspired him to be Drinking with Bob, you know, without really knowing that he was doing it. He is blue collar to the bone. He knows what it is to work. He knows what it is to pay taxes. He's from that cut of life.
Well, everything to do with driving. That's why I hate it. I hate going out, but it's either that or the subway or the train. It's like,
yeah, but either way, it's just like you can't go out during certain hours.
Bob, first and foremost, is my drinking buddy, and then second, we're, I work on the show with him.
Rosie O'Donnell had a new show. We could have her come in and she's all talking to me or something. You know? Like, how's the show going, right? It's going great. It's not what I heard.
yeah, she's just all like sloshed like a...
Yeah, again, that's good. That's good. I like them.
It used to be you built a star, you built a show, or you built a band. Now, one day this person doesn't exist, the next day they exist, and they're a megastar. It's just there's no There's no grassroots anymore of anything.
More people in this country know more about Paris Hilton and Britney Spears than they do about John McCain and Barack Obama. And that's all thanks to the mainstream media.
Everything is so produced and managed and corporate. And Bob is the anti-corporate, the anti-management.
You have cable news networks. You have Fox, CNN, MSNBC. They can give you their opinion. Mainstream media should give you the facts and let you decide.
Well, Bob stands out because he's the real deal. I mean, he's not pretending to be Bob, he's Bob. I think that's refreshing because, you know, if you turn on something like Entertainment Tonight, those are like mannequins or automatons.
I don't care. I don't. If you don't believe what I'm saying and you don't agree with me, that's your right. That's the whole thing I'm trying to say. You shouldn't agree with me if you don't agree with me. That's what the point of the show is.
Chinese girls, they like sushi when they get drunk. Something's fishy with the Chinese girl in my trunk. She had a tattoo made in Taiwan right on her back. Can't believe my little Chinese girl is a hack. She said, "Okie dokie, you could poke me in the butt. Okie dokie, you could poke me in the butt. And okie dokie, you could poke me in the butt. And okie dokie, you could poke me in the butt."
The reason I exist is because people disagree with me, and I think it's great. I remember I was in the city. I was working in the city one night at this other bar, and some kid, he must have been, I don't know, maybe 15 years old. In Manhattan, this is. He comes up to me, he's like, I can see he recognized me. He's like, "Oh, you the Bob guy, and I grew up on your show." I'm like, "You grew up on my show? It's insane. It's this little rinky-dink show in Queens. This kid's in Manhattan, 15 years old." I'm like, "Well, how old were you when you're watching me?"
Go to HowObamaGotElected.com and look at these people. Look how stupid they look. I can't believe they're not outraged that the mainstream media didn't give them enough information to answer questions a third grader could answer. Okay? This is like taking a test in school on chapter 12 and the teacher only letting you read half the freaking chapter.
It gets a lot of people thinking, but I think a lot of those people who are thinking were already thinking what I was saying. They're happy I'm saying it, but if just more people would say it, then you'd get the people who aren't thinking it saying the same thing, and then you might be able to rock the boat.
What's next? What's next? What's next?
I'm at the carnival, it's not the same. Alone and wondering, they know my name, they know my name, they know my name. They know my name, they know my name, they know my name.